What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we're gonna speak about, or we want to discuss and talk about South Africa's new colonizers. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler! People, a tourist is a much valued individual because tourists bring money to an economy. Tourism boosts an economy. Many countries swear by tourism because tourism brings many benefits to a city and to a country as a whole. Now, tourist hubs boost the local economy, right? Because tourists are there for what, a month or two? Eh, I don't know of any tourists that last like 3 months. I mean, and that's beyond, right? So most tourists about a month and they leave. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and they're gone. Then comes the special type of tourist, right? That never leaves. And then this tourist stays for up to about 6 months, 9 months, and come back, and they skip out, and they come back, they skip out, and they come back, and they skip out. So at this point, if you are coming to a country, you stay for 6 months, you leave for 2 months, so 2 weeks, sorry. So you stay for 6 months, you leave for 2 weeks, you come back, stay another 6 months, you leave for 2 weeks, come back again for 6 months. Are you still considered a tourist? Second thing, when tourists arrive in a country, tourists mainly stay in tourist places using tourist amenities. Tourists normally live in hotels and lodges, you know. Those are traditional places where tourists stay, and they benefit the local economy by spending money on the local economy, local cuisine, local this, local that, as tourists normally do. Like when you're going, for example, if you're going to go to, I don't know, let's say you're going to go on holiday in Jamaica, right? I can't, I'm not saying the other tourists they go and live in the ghettos of Kingston or live in the, I'm not saying they aren't. What I'm simply saying is that the majority of the tourists who go to Jamaica go to Montego Bay. They go and live on the tourist islands, you know. Going to live in Kingston is highly discouraged because of the crime rate. And the tourists that go to Jamaica, they live in the hotels. They live even it's an island, I think it's called St. James Island. Beautiful island, stunning island. Oh my goodness. I haven't been there, but I've seen it on the internet, right? Beautiful, beautiful, stunning place. So you can tell these touristy places where tourists live, and tourists are most welcome into any country because tourism is a boost. But now we get a certain type of tourist now that has become a nuisance. People have now said that these type of tourists are no longer tourists, but have now become colonizers because they are basically taking over the local economy. Now, are these people wrong to think that these new type of tourists are taking over the economy because they are moving into residential places instead of living in hotels? They are not acting like tourists per se. because these people are working out of coffee shops. I mean, do you know how much cup of coffee is? And you telling me that you can go and drink coffee every single day at a coffee shop? So obviously you can afford it if you are using foreign currency, predominantly the US dollar, the British pound, the euro, no? But if you are not acting, behaving, and living like a tourist, but more behaving like a local, while using the benefits of being a tourist while operating like a local, does that still make you a tourist? You see, the new colonizers I'm referring to are the digital nomads. I mean, there is a sharp difference between a tourist and a digital nomad. Like I said, tourists live, they visit, and they go. They come once or twice a year and they go. Nomads, basically, they stay in a country. And that is why people are now calling them the new colonizers. Because I've never heard of a place or at a time or of an era of a country where tourists have pushed the local people out of their areas, where demand for residential units or houses has shot through the roof because the tourists are coming or the tourists are there now. I've never heard of that. Never before. But the digital nomads, they are transforming nomad hubs into international hubs. And trust me, there's a big difference between being a digital nomad and being a tourist. Trust you, me. I mean, dude. I mean, tourists. Tourists act and behave in a certain way. They do touristy things. I'm not saying digital nomads also don't do that, but there are certain things that digital nomads do that makes you now wonder if you're visiting or are you staying. You know what I'm saying? And the length of period. Now, obviously, Cape Town has introduced this new nomad visa, right? It gives them up to 6 months to stay in there. That is what I'm saying. 6 months is no longer a holiday. 6 months is now semi staying, partially staying. Might as well just give us partial citizenship because we live for 6 months and then we dip for 2 weeks to avoid paying taxes, and then we come back again for another 6 months. And then we extend it, and then we dip for another 2 weeks, and then we get it. So at this point, you are no longer a tourist. You see, the worst part about being a digital nomad, or the worst part of the nomads, is that they don't see the effect that their grandiose lifestyle, because of the strength of the currencies, affords them in Africa or in Cape Town to be precise, right? At the expense of the locals. So they don't see that because they get to enjoy the benefits of their currencies, right? And obviously the benefits that Cape Town has to offer. What they don't seem to realize is that Cape Town is now beginning to cater for them, which means that they are no longer being the tourists. Cape Town is now gearing up for them almost like for permanent or semi permanent residents because they know these people are going to come back after 6 months or after 2 weeks. They're going to be back. After 2 weeks, they're going to be back. After every 2 weeks, they're going and coming back. So you're no longer tourists. You are now a semi resident or semi citizen. Am I wrong on this? So am I saying digital nomad? Is it good or bad for the city? Obviously, it's got its benefits, and obviously, it's got its downsides. But with the way things are going now, I don't think nomads can be classed as tourists, but rather as colonizers at this point, because they are now being catered to by the government, because they are now actually real estate developers that are now looking just to build high end residences and units, specifically targeting the digital nomads, knowing that they'll benefit financially from that. Do you see what I mean? And let's not forget, the digital nomads, they are pushing the prices up. And in pushing prices up, they are pushing the people out. And that is a big, big concern. And that is the signs of colonization. Soft power, soft cool. You know what I mean? Next, we get into the pros of having the digital nomads in Cape Town. Let me know what you think about this topic. You know how we do. Holla. People, the benefits of having our new colonizers in Cape Town. They bring in that much needed foreign currency. Two, they bring in the expertise. Three, they bring in this ray of sunshine and hope that South Africa is going to be the new permanent base from where they're going to be living from now. And it just puts South Africa, Cape Town on the map. Like it's a digital destination. I mean, Cape Town is now growing in popularity because of the digital nomads. Thanks to them for that. It's not only them that promote it, but they also do play a big role in that nomad community. That Cape Town is a place you should come and visit, come and see. Things are cheap, it's all in your favor, and it's all good and well. If you're a digital nomad, then Cape Town is a place to be. I mean, it caters for your every woman, every need. I mean, why wouldn't you choose Cape Town as a destination if you're a digital nomad? You know, I think it would be a, I think it would be a missed opportunity if a digital nomad didn't at least visit Cape Town before jetting off to Asia or anywhere else. I mean, because Cape Town desperately needs that foreign currency to boost the local coffers. I mean, local businesses are benefiting a lot. I mean, rental properties are growing up in prices. I mean, it's a win-win situation for everybody, right? Property developers, the local government, the digital nomads. I mean, I don't know if they're creating jobs, but what I just know is that they are boosting the local economy and they helping boost local businesses. I mean, prices are up in almost everything when you go into these nomad digital hubs where businesses are located, you know, and those are the benefits I can think of having these digital nomads around. Next, next we look at the negative aspects of having these new colonizers in South Africa or in Cape Town, should I say? You know how we do. Holler. People, the new colonizers, the digital nomads, are, are an example of what you call a soft coup. You get a hard coup like a military takeover, and then you get a soft coup, something like just the way a business takes over slowly but surely without violence or anything like that, right? The next thing you know, we'll be living in digital heaven. You know what I mean? And Cape Town has become such a hub for all this digital activity, right? So the bad thing about it is that it's the locals who are suffering now, right? The local population, they are being moved out. Prices are too high for them now. Rentals are no longer affordable. Rates have shot up because now local businesses have realized that they can now almost charging foreign currency, like or equivalents to foreign currency, knowing these people can afford. I mean, can you imagine a digital nomad coming with about what, making at least 10,000 US dollars a month? Do you know how much that is in rent, dude? It would be a different story if these digital nomads are creating jobs and they're paying the locals also high salaries, then I don't think it would be that bad because then the locals wouldn't need to move out. When these people are creating jobs and the jobs are well paying, they could still remain in the primary residences, right? But the nomads are not creating jobs. I mean, they're actually here. Well, they are contributing to the economy for sure, granted, but that contribution does not trickle down to the locals. And that is unfortunately where the biggest sticking point is. Because can you imagine you renting in a place, or even if you buy a spot, right? And then the rates shoot up so high because now all of a sudden digital nomads have moved in, or you're renting a spot and the rent has shot up because digital nomads have moved into the area. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's kind of like very tricky because where digital nomads normally live, prices tend to skyrocket, and businesses and everyone else around them seems to cater to that market, which means you as a local are being left out. You have no choice but to move out to the fringes of the city. So it's not a win-win situation for everybody, as we all look like from the surface, right? It looks like it's a win-win for the city. It looks like a win-win for the nomads. But at the end of the day, the local people are the ones that suffer the most because they get in the short end of the stick. Because like I said, the nomads are not creating any jobs for them. They're not receiving any of the nomad money. And the city is definitely not catering to the locals because they focus more on milking the nomads for what they're worth. So where does they leave the locals? Disappointed, frustrated, and heartbroken. This is the reality of the nomad life. So, unfortunately, that is the reality of the new colonizers in Cape Town. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Was that on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know how we do. You know we're family, right? Holler.